On choosing to put your life, do you care? Does that cause you to feel any kind of way? No, I didn't. I don't have the foggiest idea what that his worth is to music culture right now. Is there anything about Ross and his vocation that you have any regard for? Enthusiasts of Rick Ross' opponent, 50 Penny, chose to make a move to begin censuring and poking fun at this possibly being Ross' most minimal selling collection. When I paid for the record weariness, legal dispute one of my home slice series, since his huge home slice lost his enormous house, I resembled whose large organization they were like 50. Plan for an unstable conflict of hip jump titans, as the well-established fight between Rick Ross and 50 Penny becomes the dominant focal point in a new meeting. Rick Ross goes all in as he focuses on his well-established animosity toward 50 Penny, naming him a swindler. The rap heavyweight uncovers the untold story behind their unpleasant contention, revealing insight into the occasions and treacheries that prompted their unsalvageable aftermath, from supposedly traitorousness to individual grudges. This quarrel has spellbound the music business for quite a long time. Go along with us as we dive into the arresting subtleties and uncover reality behind the extraordinary hamburger that has kept fans and industry insiders as eager and anxious as ever. Well, at first everything appeared to be quiet between the two. Truth be told, 50 Penny even gave Rick Ross acclaim when his collection hit #1 on the diagrams, yet much to their dismay, pressures were going to detonate like a melodic spring of gushing lava. Enthusiasts of Rick Ross' opponent, 50 Penny, chose to make a move to begin censuring and poking fun at this possibly being Ross' least selling out as the ill will between 50 Penny and Rick Ross keeps on bubbling. Things took an uncommon turn while turning a new meeting with genuinely 92.3 in Los Angeles. Fifth told Contraband Kev and DJ Head, nothing remains to be regarded about Rose's profession. Kev started by calling attention to Port of Miami 2, appeared at #1 on Board's top art. Do you care? Does that cause you to feel any kind of way? No, I didn't. I don't have the foggiest idea what his worth is to music culture. As of now, I realize you recently expressed something about Ross not being sufficiently pertinent to do music. With Kev said, well, he just dropped a collection, and it's the main collection on the hip bounce graph, and he just dropped a book that is doing great. The number of did he sell 50 answered #1. Come on, what week was it? A little while 10 buys make you #1. Is there anything about Ross and his vocation that you'd have any regard for? There's nothing there. He made sense of. I never needed to work with him. Look, I comprehend, according to the viewpoint of somebody who's simply paying attention to what it seems as though. Yet does it matter that he's a remedy official? Does that considerably matter? Gander at the incongruity of the craftsman to go under him jail change, and each of the unfairly sentenced and unjustly treated individuals in the jail framework, while he's in general opposite side of them. So see it well, this wasn't whenever these opinions first have been voiced in a 2021 meeting at GQ, the Aston Martin music rapper was inquired as to whether he would be available to doing a versus fight with 50 Penny. And his response was astonishing. You must ask yourself, would he come and complete a stanzas with Rose? I mean, you have to ask yourself genuinely, would he come and stand close to Rose in the field or any place it would be Ross scrutinized? That is actually your inquiry. I don't for even a moment believe it's an issue of it in the event that I would do it. That is a light other than Ross had himself doubted 50 Penny's worth to the music culture. Starting a new flood of verbal competing, it appeared to be that neither party could relinquish the past, nor settle on something worth agreeing on in the current. Last month, 50 had comparative opinions about a large number of Rosses, said 50 held no worth during a meeting with radio character Huge Kid. I didn't have the foggiest idea what his worth is to music culture. As of now, he told Complex, I never made music with him. I care very little about making music with him. You watch folks, a ton of these folks in any event. When you make reference to music culture, And stuff like that they're tired old acts, so they will be gone in hip jump. They say it's not what you have done, it's how you have helped me of late right, so you could get close to the folks that got energy and attempt to endure in light of that. Yet it's anything but a ton happening there, in the realm of hip jump the tides of pertinence, could turn quickly 50 penny. Clarified that he cared very little about teaming up with Ross, excusing him as a tired old acting. Ross was simply one more blurring star depending on past wonders. To remain above water, the
Just
rap
those
game
with
was
genuine
savage.
resilience
Would endure as of late DJ jealousy. All likewise has discharged back on Ross during a web recording that he was laying down with Murphy the house that you dosing in me stuff. Eddie Murphy's rested in your pack. What is this one they shot coming to America? And Eddie Murphy man, drained your bed. Definitely you have 200, 300 vehicles. Definitely you're totally correct. The majority of them are jump jealousy, proceeded with their trash on the off chance that you go through mind their quality, yet haven't arrived to discuss on the grounds that I'm not going this way. And that with you I don't need to, not just that Ross likewise scrutinized jealousy's intentions. He said he'd try and drop $5,000 altogether and split among 5 individuals who are going to the show to check whether jealousy keeps his word. Since we went to our vehicle, showed DJ jealousy, you won't ever be on my level. Rick Ross started for when you do vehicle shows with rappers and my dead homeboys. So the thing are you doing in Memphis that is for Dolph, and I accept Dolph's heritage, ought to reside on, yet in short each penny you cause you to give to the Dolph family well. Roz likewise made a move to plate 50 penny to his own entertainment. One of my home slice says since his enormous home slice lost his huge house, I was like, who is huge home slice? I don't realize they were like 50. On the off chance that you all are interested, everything began with a pivotal experience at the BET Grants. Rick Ross and DJ Khaled stared at 50 penny and sparkles. Flew. Rick Ross considered this to be an opportunity to skyrocket his profession by participating in an issue with perhaps of the greatest name in the rap game in a move that would impact the world forever. Rick Ross reported a track called Mafia Music that would make way for their legendary conflict. The verses struck like lightning, straightforwardly focusing on 50 penny talk. Had it that 50 penny had copied down a house, as opposed to supporting his child mom shots discharged in obvious rap design. 50 penny didn't accept this without a fight. He quickly fought back with a diss track named Official Ricky. Though on Attempt Me, the track uncovered Rick Ross' past as a prison guard and called him out as a phony criminal. No stone was left unturned, as 50 penny couldn't in fact take pokes at DJ Khaled. Soon after the discredit became public, Rick Ross gave forward a short clarification for how the show started. My name was referenced before I could possibly do anything wrong across that in 2009. He proceeded, when somebody specifies my name, since they're going after somebody that I'm close with, it's my concern. Now while the fight had started, and it was a no-limits undertaking, Rick Ross dialed up Angela Yee's public broadcast to excuse 50 penny's diss track as 7 days. He gave 50 penny a simple 48 hours to concoct something better, like a tropical storm gathering strength. 50 penny released a video named Cautioning Shot. He proclaimed his expectations to raise the hamburger and make Rick Ross' daily routine and experiencing bad dream bits of hearsay spread that he had assembled individual data to use against his rival. The unease was overwhelming. As the quarrel heightened, the two specialists delivered diss tracks and took part in extreme web-based trades. 50 penny took it to a higher level by making an animation series called Official Ricky, savagely taunting Rick Ross. He even went similarly as talking Rick Ross' child mother Tia, who uncovered his false cases of being a street pharmacist in his tunes. Violated in regulation was a rectification official, so we're clear. He was a remedial, yet Rick Ross was not one to withdraw. He countered with his own diss tracks, and a fiendishly sharp move. He photoshopped 50 penny's child's face onto a monkey's body, sending shockwaves to the hip-bounce local area in a stunning development the meat took a dim and upsetting turn. 50 got and delivered a confidential video, including Rick Ross' other child mom Listonia. Legitimate results resulted, with Lasagna recording a claim against 50 for profound pain and unapproved utilization of her picture. A lot was on the line, and the outcomes were genuine years. Went by, yet the shoot of the fight never completely smothered yet the adventure of 50 and Rick Ross, a story of treachery, inner self, and tenacious pursuit, kept on dazzling the music world, leaving fans contemplating whether genuine gold could at any point be found in the midst of the cinders of their well-established meat. Seems as though fans are favoring one side, with 50 a greater number of than rock. One of fans remarked Ross could swindle and deceive himself and give himself hallucinations and imaginings. All he needs, yet none of his work, is nor at any point will be at the degree of effect and impact and blueprinting and following as 50's late 90's and mid-2000s mixtapes, or Get Rich or Kick the Bucket Trying collection. Definitely another additional those folks Ross and his group would shake from dread, assuming you put them in a similar room with 50. And the most awesome aspect of the entire hamburger is that 50 tossing and dissing straight realities toward Ross and Ricky, dissing and rapping with straight lies and fiction, with his tales around 50. The inquiry stayed with these two wrapped Goliaths. At any point figure out something worth agreeing on, and set their disparities to the side. The truth would come out eventually. Up to that point, the world paused its breathing, anxiously expecting the following move in his arresting adventure of enmity and pride. That is all there is to it for now, people, until sometime later.